Hi there. Welcome back to Being Your Ray. I hope you're doing well. And for today's episode, I wanted to talk about the number one fear that has stopped me from doing anything at all or share things that I truly believe in or be bold with my life in general. And I feel that keeps a lot of people like it holds a lot of people back is not knowing that your effort will actually produce something substantial in the first place. And I feel the way I have been able to fight with it to realize the importance of the work that I do or whatever it is that I have on my mind. Like the idea of not doing it is a lot more scarier for me than giving it a chance. And for the longest time, I wanted to have a crystal clear intuition in place before I take action because I had taken action in so many situations and seen that it was not fit for me or it did not give me the kind of results that I wanted. The only way I could make sense of it all was relying on my intuition, which needed a lot of time. And I always had like these two different worlds of spiritual and material. And because I wanted to progress on both ends, like working on my inner being, but also taking action on the material aspect so that there's a good balance between both of those worlds. And by material, I don't just mean money or success or career in that sense. I mean taking action on the material plane, doing something creative, solving people, anything on those lines is good enough, but taking a start. But I wasted a lot of time waiting to get an intuitive hit and feeling like, okay, this is meant for me. I feel it from in every cell of my body, and now is the right time to take the decision on what I have to do on the material plane. And I just felt like this will be an ongoing process. I will I might not feel fully ready this way and might not take any action on the material plane if I keep waiting for my intuition to tell me something. So, of course, I can keep trying to get better at listening to my inner voice, but I also want to start doing something materially as well. Anything that resonates with me, even on a minute scale. I want to start taking action on that instead of waiting for the perfect moment where everything feels aligned, which is why I still struggle through talking during these episodes as well, because I still feel like a clueless person who's only trying to make sense of everything around her in the hope that with every passing day, the clouds disappear. I live with the clarity that I always wanted to, and I fully believe I can get there. I just didn't want to wait for that moment to do something in my present, which is why I feel a lot more relieved after I release every single episode of the podcast because I feel like I am doing something materially. I am taking action on what I truly believe in. I am creating space for everything that matters to me. And it is just my way of sending it out to the universe that I'm ready for the change. I'm big on karma. So if I keep choosing this, if I keep taking action on what my heart yearns to bring to the world, I can have a peaceful sleep at night. So I do it for that reason because otherwise I just feel like there's so much nonsense for a better lack of a better word going on all around. And I wish people spoke more about topics that truly matter. And these are the things that we need to figure out first and foremost. I don't see a lot of that happening. Even if it was, I would have been doing the same thing in my own way. But I genuinely wish it was as common as, I don't know, buying trendy stuff online. I have no idea. And like, no disrespect. I used to be that person myself. And I know everything that God has provided us with and everything that brings us happiness. We should go for it. But it's not the only thing to change, like, the only thing to chase in your life. The bigger and the most important aspect is to tune into your divine intelligence and bring that alive. So, yeah, fears are such a nasty thing because it works both ways. It's like if I don't try to change something on a personal level, I will only be staying at the same place and hope and dream of a better future without doing anything about it because I'm too scared to take the action myself. And then on the other side, it's like I'm taking action. I don't see any results. I don't know when I'll see them. I don't know if I am the right person to share these things, if I had the expertise to do what I do. And so you're constantly crunched up with fears of all sorts coming from all the places. And I do have them. It's just that the intensity has definitely reduced, which is why I can even talk about it in the first place. I have been able to transcend a few of these, but I know it's very common and something a lot of us go through, which is why I wanted to pinpoint the fact that this will happen, this is bound to happen, and your mind will always try to keep you in the same place. But the beauty lies in taking back control from your mind and learning how to manage it properly. I just expanding on that thing, I love the picture of Mahabharat, like on the first page itself, you'll see Krishna Bhagwan, Arjun, the five horses, and what is that called? The thing, the strings that are used to control those horses. And like I had no idea what is that supposed to represent until just recently, where I found out that that symbolic representation is huge. And if anyone can just understand that particular image perfectly, they have gotten like the essence of life in a way. And I think that is like the best way to, like the best image to represent the whole Gita. I don't know if I'll be able to do like justice to the beauty and the excellence of that explanation, but I'm gonna try to do that. If you're not like me, and if you've already seen that explanation and know about it, I'm super proud of you. But if you're like me, and if you don't know what it represents, I highly recommend Googling it up or doing some research on it, because it is the most beautiful thing I've come across. So, yeah, the five horses are the five senses, and these senses keep us very much attached to our body and this plane and Maya, which is constantly trying to distract us, and our mind, when it is not in our control, it is always getting distracted through all the senses. So, be it food, be it something that you're attracted to, be it something you've seen, anything that your senses get attached to and get excited about are those five horses. And if you leave them open, it is going to get problematic. You will always be a slave to your senses, a slave to your distractions, because you haven't taken the control of those horses, and they are just wildly running in every direction that seems exciting to them and looks shiny to them. And the only time you will be able to go beyond your senses and take control of it is through buddhi or intelligence, which resembles Krishna Bhagwan in the picture, and the way he's holding all of it together, like the mind part of it. And once you are able to control your mind can bring all of those senses in control. And am I saying control a lot? I'm really sorry. I don't want to ruin this explanation, but please bear. So, yeah, when your intelligence sharpens, that's when your mind becomes a slave to you instead of you becoming a slave to your mind and the senses indirectly. And so it becomes important for you to use your intelligence to go and like transcend your senses. You are the soul, and you need to use the divine intelligence in form of Krishna and take control of your mind, which in turn brings stability between the senses. And you just keep doing that over and over again till the point that you are no more affected by your senses. Like you're not crazy about what food to eat, what clothes to wear, what next big thing to buy, because you're just beyond it. Your intelligence has been sharpened by this point. And in the Mahabharata, Krishna Bhagwan mentions two ways to be able to do that. One is practice, constant practice of meditation and yoga, I guess. I'm not sure. I will have to go back to the explanation. But yeah, I definitely remember like a constant practice is needed in your life because you can also look at it as a habit. Unless you build a habit, you won't be able to conquer the senses because they don't have anything to follow. And unless you don't take control, these distractions will take control of your life. So, one is practice, and second is detachment. Like you need to learn to be detached from the transient things in life. And these two aspects are the most important things to live through your soul, and something that is imprinted in my head now. It's just sheer brilliance. And every time I feel like my mind is getting out of control or I'm going in the wrong direction, I know that it's my senses, and I know that I haven't done a great job at conquering them. So I need to go back to my practice. I need to go back to my detachment and believe in that process. So through the process itself, your fears dim down a bit and you are able to do things that you were meant to do in the first place. So, yeah, I know this is like a longer one. I think I say this all the time because I don't wish to stop talking about all of it, but I also know that I'm not that great with articulation, so I should do a better job at it. Karke I end things at the sweet spot of 20 to 30 minutes so that I can come back again with a fresh mind. But yeah, I'm trying. I'm still in the trial phase, so please be kind. And yeah, if at all this helps you, and if you made this far, thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.